You're such an asshole.
How you kids doing? We got a public service announcement. Hey, asshole, long-time listener, repeat customer here. There is no question on my end, since you have helped me tremendously over the years. This will be a PSA that I want you to read and comment. I think as a corporate hater, you will enjoy this one too. One thing I do ask, keep my location and job details as private as possible, but without cutting off the PSA too much. You are a master at what you do. I will trust your judgment completely. So I'm an early 30-something tax accountant. Despite being in the middle of tax season, I've recently quit my job due to immense pressure to work insane hours from management side. After taking a 2-week break, I decided to play the market and interview a bit. Here are the results. Interview 1, old school boomer firm where bosses, despite paying very handsomely, expect you to work 70 hours per week. After stating hourly requirement, they proceeded to complain to me that they genuinely don't understand why they can't find workers anymore. The boomers are going to die clueless. They're just going to die clueless. Why isn't anyone visiting me? Can't understand why they can't find workers anymore. The management also outsources accounting work to Europe and Asia, and even there they are having a hard time finding people who want to work the hours. I don't know. We can't find anyone pay more. Whoa, we can't find anyone that badly. Interview number 2, a very well-known firm within the industry. Genuinely were surprised when I turned the offer down due to extreme low salary offer. Oh, don't you know who we are? We're the XYZ Corporation. Here's your 20 cents an hour. Not giving me a remote position, despite me specifically stating I only would work remote. And still going on with the root beer float requests and mandates. All right. These employers have had it so good for so long. And by employers, I mean, there's not just ethereal employers. There are people who are the employers. They make up the companies that employ. But these people in the hiring positions have had this so good for so long that after a while, the human brain can't understand anything else. They're not capable of changing their mind or looking at how the labor market has changed empirically and then changing their expectations to match that reality. They're just stuck in their ways. Bachelor's required, master's preferred. What? Bachelor's required, master's preferred. And they just don't get it. That was, coming up on almost 30 years ago. We can't seem to keep anyone. Oh, turnover's pretty high. Don't understand. Did you try paying more? Try job training program? It's pointless. They've never figured it out. It's how Scott Adams made all of his money. Just point out the idiocy of modern day employers. The modern day, that was 30, 40 years ago he started that thing. Interview number 3, I turned down an interview after researching the firm a little more. The HR was so pissed. They proceeded to write me an email basically saying that I will be sorry for being so unprofessional since working in the real world is a very tight space that everybody knows Okay, Karen. All right. I don't know about other industries, but I took 5 interviews with various colleagues from different firms. The results are as follows. One said they will be leaving the accounting industry altogether after this busy season. 2 said they will start job hunting for more money after this busy season. 1 said they will ask for more money right away, and if boss turns them down, they will quit on the spot. 1 said they are happy with the way things are. If I'm not mistaken, that is a 20% retention rate based on my personal anecdote. And then companies do a surprise Pikachu face when nobody wants to work, period. At this point, gents, just go Galt. F them all. That's all I have to say. Well, thank you for the PSA. Yeah, it's perfectly analogous to women my age who still think they're hot. post-wall win. And now you go, the wall is 26 in a day. No, there's some gals that, I think Eva Mendes is even older than me. Obviously, some women can make them. It's a choice. Women can make their beauty last a little bit, but generally they don't. And 37-ish, 38, not even 40. I would put the wall, 40 is the hard wall. Upper 30s is the hard wall. But you've seen it. You guys, Karen. That's my generation. That's my age. Do you think they've learned humility? Do you think they learned, the bloom is off the flower, the petals have fallen off? Do they seem like, I better be nice? Well, no, they double down and get pissed. But it's not that I can't believe there's such a thing called menopause in the wall. How dare they don't know. They've passed it. It's Blythe. You're already dead, Blythe. They don't realize they're dead. And they just get frustrated and angry that the world doesn't work the way it used to, like it was so well oiled and glide pathed for them back when they were 25. And employers are the same way. I mean, it almost is exactly parallel. 20, 30 years later, now that people are like, nope, done. You could say American employers have taken the red pill and gone ghost, or gone what? Employers going their own way, or employees? Oh, sorry. Employees going their own way. IGTOW. No, I don't need this. You have made this contract, this relationship untenable, unconscionable. I cannot work for you and maintain my 70, 80 hours a week. Get the F out. Don't you know we're whatever? Goldman Sachs. Oh, so you are. I'm not going through that. I got to do what? I got to go get a master's degree at the right school and suck cock for 120 hours a week for no, no, okay. Why can't we find anybody? Oh, and by the way, we're going to promote LaDasha over here, who just got out of college with a sociology degree, because we want to be woke. That's a marketing strategy. Why can't we find employees? Why is everyone quitting? They don't understand, and they never will. They never will. And I'm kind of surprised. There's stuff in the shelves now. Admittedly, we import a lot of stuff, but I'm shocked that there's as much production as there is, because you got your regular rank and file employees lying flat. They're not going to do this anymore. You got middle management dropping out. You do have the skilled boomers who actually carried 80% of the economy. That 20%, like, nope, retiring, I'm out. And here you got probably more my generation age, these gray hairs, like, I don't understand. Well, yeah, neither does a 43-year-old woman not understand, like, why the guys aren't banging at their door. Why is there only a 60-year-old man hitting on me? Ooh, gross. All right, keep being delusional. But don't expect they're never going to get it, man. They're never going to get it. There's going to be labor shortages for quite some time, I think. Yeah, but the main reason is younger people, and certainly my generation younger, no one has the work ethic they once did. In part because it's been the lack of work ethic has been instilled in them. And then also people who try to do their best and try to, oh man, when I was 18, when I was 22, I would have whatever, man, I would have done 100 hours a week. I was ready to go. Not one taker, not one. Why don't you file in fax? We know you're highly educated in numbers, finance, and accounting, but why don't you file in fax? Because I didn't train to file in fax. You gotta earn your stripes, yo. F you, Wells Fargo. Just F you. How'd that bailout go? How's all those corruption scandals going along? Yeah, that's great. And after a while, you got the internet now. They're learning. Just like the red pill spread across men, the red pill spread across employees. Like, screw this. Screw you guys. I'm going home. I can't imagine why we only require them to stay in school for 20 years and go 100,000 in debt, and then we need more education at CP. It has nothing to do with the job. We got to tell them how bad they are, and we have to have social justice training, and then we don't give it. And then we told them to change the job description. We make them work 80 hours. I can't imagine why we can't find what's going on. Josh Fluke is the modern day Scott Adams, but he's much more vicious. He does a real good job. And it's just to anyone with common sense, like, you guys just don't get it, do you? You just don't get it. And they never will. They never will. They will go to their graves. And you may even see large US brands start to tank. Because that idea of like, oh, I can't wait to work for whatever, Bank of America or Capitol Records, whatever the prestigious company was in a whatever prestigious industry, ain't nobody doing that. You saw that happen where people moved from Wall Street over to Silicon Valley. And even then, how many people really want to work for Facebook? How many people really want to work for Google? How many people are excited about what culture there may be? Oh, I can't wait to work in Silicon Valley. Why? Were people poop in the streets? Democrat human feces all along the sidewalk. Oh, yay. What's the draw? There's no hub. But like, at least in the olden days, they would make movies about Wall Street. I guess they do make movies about Silicon, but does anyone really believe them anymore? Kind of hard to sell culture when you got to step over human feces. Kind of hard to sell that. Kind of hard to sell that when New York, like, what's the big deal about New York? Ooh, hipsters, beards. Oh, is it 2011 now still? Oh, okay, cool. No, people have had it. They've had. Now, I don't think employees have gone so far the other direction. Like, well, maybe we ought to find purpose and meaning in love and family. Whoa, hang on now. Hold off. But yeah, these employers, I don't think they're going to be in their current form. Well, that's of course they're not going to be in their current form, but they're not going to be like, ooh, you got a job at JB Huntington and grow, there's no such company, I don't think. But ooh, prestigious company. Ooh, no, it's a job. I'm here. Who pays me more? Well, the Big Four. Watch the Big Four accounting. Given how woke they've all gone, how they are not promoting people based on merit or work ethic or achievement. Look at those just. And they still got that attitude like, you want to make senior accountant, don't you? That's 80 hours a week. I saw you promote Jones over there, and Jones just freshly got out of school. I have 3 years work experience here. You promoted him over me because of a certain content, not because of the content of character, but quite literally the color of his skin. That's bigot. No, done. I can't we find people? Why aren't people showing up on time? Sam Whiskey, $5. They don't have money for a new printer, but they have money for transgender bathrooms. Yeah. I remember I told the story before, but and this has nothing to do with wokeism. But the last bank I worked for, they had 4 branches. But the email system, this is in 2012, the email system wouldn't handle attachments above 50 megabytes. So we had to transport physical files. Lord knows how much in gas and mileage reimbursement that all cost us to transport these physical files. Can we scan them in? Oh, that would cost an upgrade to our email system. All right. I think that there was this misbelief that employers and people older than you knew what they were doing. And then, especially when you got in and peered behind the curtain and saw the boomers just like faking it. Kind of like when I think it was South Park did the Federal Reserve of the Central Bank. It was just a headless chicken running around. And that literally was, well, not literally, obviously, but it was about as professional as that. And he's like, you guys are faking it. You're all faking it. We're not having it. So there's no like, ooh, I want a position. I want a title. I want a corner office. It's just, you guys are all liars. You're all sacks of filth. You're all morons. And there's no reason to even try to work within that, not hierarchy, but within that institution, whether that's an employer or an industry. When you look at that institution, you realize how corrupt it is, how nepotistic it is, how political it is. Yeah, don't be surprised when people are like, yeah, you ain't paying me enough. Screw you, going home. I'm not hanging my hat here. I'm not a GM man. I don't know how unmeritocratic or meritocratic GM is. I'm just using it as an example. Can you carry these files and drive them down to the Pigsford office? Why don't you scan them in? Whoa, a scanner. Hold on now. That's extra money. The Black Blur, $10. Make sure you look nice for tonight's show. It's the Fresh and Fit podcast, not the Crumby and Bumby show. Heck, if you have to steal one of those shirts they have. What are you talking about? They're releasing. Did they already release it? We recorded a video like 2 weeks ago. I think they're just releasing it. It's not live. I'm not in Miami. I'm in Vegas. Sam Whiskey, $2. Workers of the world disunite. Yeah, just mail it in. Just mail it in. E number exclamation point, $2. Why are people in Wisconsin so naive? I don't know. Like in the rural area, maybe. My experience with people in Wisconsin is that they're pretty much evil and very elitist, but that was experiences 40 to 30 years ago. They were very arrogant, very snooty, mean, vicious, and dumb. And yeah, I don't care about Wisconsin. I really don't. Oh, look what happened in Waukesha. That's too bad. No, not so bad. Did you wear the right high tops? Did you wear the right kind of pants? Then that wouldn't have happened to you. You should be very popular. Lawn Dart, $10 has nothing to say. Thank you. Thank you. Lawn Dart, $10 again. I've applied for numerous entry-level credit analyst position. Oh, God, get out of that, man. Nope. No. I'll explain later. Let's read through your thing, but I'm going to explain why you don't want to be a credit analyst. Credit analyst positions that have been open for a 1+ month that require in office and like 3 years of experience for about 50,000. What are they even looking for? That 3 years experience, that's just, they want to not train you. And I would not, but that, okay, let me explain. That's what it is. They don't want to train you. I mean, you can apply for them. But I have a feeling you and all the other finance majors are applying for it, and they're going to go with Stevie because Stevie's my best friend's son. And here's the other reason. They probably have other analysts that are working overtime to cover it. Analysts are kind of a fungible commodity. So they have, or maybe a senior analyst covers it. But here's why you don't want to be a credit analyst in the United States, at least. Because we don't care about credit. We don't care if you're a good credit risk. The United States is filled with a bunch of losers who are going to file for bankruptcy, delay their payments. Everyone, you're in a nation of bad credit risks. But the finance industry makes money on lending money to bad credit risks. So the whole point of a credit analyst is to analyze it. Oh, wait, these don't have all bad credit. Yeah, but we're going to lend anyway. Why? Well, and I quite literally, I remember one time, the bank I worked for was like, well, we get a bunch of late fees. I'm like, well, shouldn't we be in the business of payday lenders then? Like, why are we going with this facade of being a bank? You're lending to a group of thieves. That's essentially it. A bunch of lazy, dumbass thieves in the United States. And your bosses want to make money by volume and getting their commission or however they're compensated. So you're a mere formality. And if you get too much in the way, you raise too much of a stink, you're going to get grounded down. I would, dude, go back to school, get your accounting degree, sit for the CP, become a CPA, just do debits and credits. Compile the financial statements, don't analyze them. But yeah, the entry level, that's standard. Entry level 3 years requirement. Just apply anyway. There you go. All right.